All right, folks, welcome back to BEG Wrestling. We are here, and we are live, and we're in the hospital right now, and I've been here for 3 days, and I'm on basically no sleep for 3 days, folks. But we are here because we have some important, very important news, some very important things to discuss, and we have a introduction. I do want to clarify, I'm going to be changing the thumbnail right after the show tonight. It's a little deceiving. We have a special guest tonight. It is not Hannah Bazemore, okay? So we do not have an interview with Hannah Bazemore coming up, but we are going to basically discuss a lot, and that starts with Campbell Wrestling, okay? And a lot's been going on this week, but some other things we're going to touch on tonight, folks. It's an abbreviated show. Briefly, some of the Super 32. Pyle said it was the single greatest high school wrestling match he's ever seen, and it's hard to argue that between Bassett and Zepeda there. Quite a few other things. Our team breakdown is going to wait till next week. Wrestle Madness wait till next week. But folks, first and foremost for our special guest, he's waiting. He's warming up here in the sidelines. So we'll give him a minute to get warmed up. But in the meantime, as you all have probably heard, Campbell University decided to make an unexpected and heartbreaking announcement to the amazing young men there. Administration decided to gut the nationally ranked wrestling program next year. They want to cut from 9 to 3 scholarships. They further plan to pressure these young men to leave the university by not allowing scholarship athletes to compete on the team. Now, Campbell Wrestling exemplifies the original mission of Campbell University. The team consistently takes young men, many from difficult backgrounds, and turns them into men of character who contribute to our community. For the last decade, we've consistently been ranked program. And, Kevin, there are a lot of Campbell wrestlers in our rankings, okay? So, folks, essentially what we're trying to say here is it's a dire situation for Campbell Wrestling. However, I don't know if it's all over just yet. So, Hannah Bazemore, her contact information is on the thumbnail. It's also in our description, okay? Now, in addition to that, we have the GoFundMe, Campbell Wrestling GoFundMe. So if you're able to, we ask you to go donate to Campbell Wrestling and help them out. We also ask you to very politely, okay, maybe send Hannah an email. And listen, don't be a bozo on this, okay, because you can also give wrestling a bad name if we're sending her ugly emails, okay? And that is not going to actually help us achieve the goal that we want here, which is to save Campbell Wrestling. So the fact of the matter is, folks, I'm going to bring up maybe a couple things that she said here. So there's Rockfin, asking to donate at the link, and there's been, Wrestling Room. Everyone's coming out to help support here. But I do want to, where is the statement here from Hannah when she was first hired at Campbell? And this is in 2002, so 2 years ago. I am committed to continuing our winning tradition, both academically and athletically. I look forward to the work ahead with a focus on providing championship caliber experience for our student athletes, coaches, staff, and the entire Campbell family. The future is bright. Well, not so bright anymore, is it, Hannah? Not right now. So here's the thing, though, folks. We need you to send intelligent. I want her to answer questions, okay? Because right now it seems pretty dirty to me, Kevin. Right?
Yeah.
Quite frankly, this seems dirty.
Absolutely grimy.
And
Very grimy.
send her. I want her to answer questions, and I don't want any word salads. We want real answers to these questions. And if there is any way that we can help save Campbell Wrestling, send intellectual emails to her. Make her answer tough questions. Okay, don't be a clown, don't be a buffoon, and don't make wrestling look stupid by send her some dumb emails. But we encourage you that. We encourage you to donate to the fund. And Kevin, I want to throw it to you briefly because there's so many angles to talk about this, but I want your thoughts.
It's pretty. This is definitely something that can be saved. I feel like it's something that everybody needs to make public because they kind of want to just act like it's not grimy, but it is grimy. I mean, when you get into, telling scholarship athletes that they can't wrestle, I mean, what is that? There's nothing clean about that. And
that should be the questions we're asking her. She needs to answer that question.
Yeah, because that's just there can be no normal answer to that. I'd be curious to hear what she could possibly say about that. And it's got to be public pressure as far as
that's how things get changed nowadays, folks.
loud.
It is public pressure.
Making sure that Campbell University is held responsible for it, and
Yeah.
it's just a shame. And they got a lot of really good wrestlers on their team right now. It kind of reminds me of when Old Dominion went under. They had like 4 or 5 really good wrestlers on their team that had to scatter throughout different teams. And I don't
Yeah.
know if you want to. We talk about that one poor guy. Oh my gosh, one poor guy.
Folks,
And
let's
then
get some
third,
clarification that you guys can hear Kevin. I had Bradley say in the comments, but folks, again, yeah, comment on the you're encouraged to comment here. We got a little different setup, so SNL Wrestling here. Go ahead, Kevin, keep going, and
can you hear me? Okay. All right. Yeah. So there's one guy. I was telling Zach that this poor guy Anthony Moulton. This is his third team. He actually came in on the college scene in 2020. He went to Old Dominion, wrestled 1 year there. That very next year, he went to Fresno State, wrestled 1 year there. Now he's at Campbell. I mean, can you imagine this guy? They wrote an article about him after the Old Dominion canceled their program, and he was devastated. His parents were devastated, and I'm like, man, little does he know, he's at the time that he's got Fresno State to go, and he's a senior this year. So
that's pretty incredible. He
yeah,
couldn't have did that if he
it's
tried.
crazy.
I mean, what are the chances every single program he goes to is getting canceled? They're unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
But
it's a sad deal for him,
But I mean,
that's
and I,
something
I
that-
met, I met Tega Dolly there at the Claw event. I've met a couple of these Campbell wrestlers. I want a couple other things I want to say. I believe that they're having an open wrestling practice, or maybe the duels on October 26th in the football parking lot or something. So I'm going to do what I can to try to be there. But they're not giving up, folks, and we shouldn't give up as a wrestling community because we're fighting.
No way.
And here's the other thing: I don't want to scare people, dude, but I mean, you talk to some people, like maybe my dad. He's worried this isn't the first program, and so if we let this just be a pushover, dude, I mean, it's going to be the first domino. We have got to give Miss Bazemore some kickback, okay? Make her answer real questions. I do not want word salads, okay? I've been hearing enough word salads lately. I won't get into that, but seriously, but in all seriousness, Kevin, I mean, we could talk about this forever, man, but any final thoughts on, I did see an update on this Campbell Wrestling. I want to just kind of get up to speed here quickly because I believe she has responded in some sense. She continued, hope is on the horizon. I've already laid out plans to rebuild scholarship numbers and increase enrollment and revenue, along with some other things I'm reading, I guess from an article that dropped today by essentiallysports.com, Simon Pinto. So, distraught over vicious cut, Campbell Wrestling students receive hopeful news amidst chaos. So, listen. The ball's moving a little bit, folks. We got to keep it moving. Send her smart, challenging emails. Donate to the fund if you can. And, Kevin, final thoughts, and I'm going to bring over our special guest for the first time ever.
No, I wish that we could have one question that's just like, hope is on the right. What are you doing telling scholarship athletes they can't wrestle? That's just it. That's my only question to her.
Yes, that's the question we would like for her to answer directly. And we encourage everyone to go do that. But, folks, I'm going to, for the first time ever here, we have a very special guest here. So let me bring him up. Bang, bang, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Look at this. That's it. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, let me introduce you. Say hi to everyone. Joseph Wayne Beaver, my son.
Awesome.
That's right, folks. Joseph Wayne, and he's got his little BEG singlet on. Look, he's scrappy. He's scrappy already. Look at him.
Scrambling.
Joseph, folks, Joseph is first name, named after my grandfather on my mom's side. And he actually pitched in, it wasn't the majors, but some leagues, struck out Brooks Robinson. So then his middle name, Wayne, I believe you know him, quite well. My dad. So Joseph Wayne Beaver, my son, officially 1 day old today. And hey, buddy,
Looking good.
we're gonna be talking a lot more about him here in the future and breaking down some of these college commitments, maybe. But folks, that's why I've been in the hospital for 3 days. Haven't slept for 3 days, but Mom is okay. She's right over there. Joe is healthy, baby.
Way to go, Mama.
7 pounds 11 ounces. We're projecting the 184 to 197 weight class. So, but all right. Let me hand it back.
When should we expect the list? When should we expect the breakdown of where he's going?
Look, he's looking at me, man. He's we're discussing colleges as we speak. So, but folks, more to come. And this little guy's gonna be a wrestler. I feel it. I know it. You know, Kevin. He looks like a wrestler. Scrappy. Look at him.
Absolutely.
He's like, what
Wrestle
is happening?
all over him. Look at him.
Like, what is happening? Now, if you sleep tonight, that'd be nice. All right, let me hand it back off. All right,
Beautiful
folks,
little
back to the show. Back to the show. All right, Kevin, we had some Super 32 stuff, man, and we got updated individual rankings. So I don't know where you want to start, man, but I know that our rankings, folks, we've looked at them all, Kevin. We've looked at all of them, and I'm not the only one. And I must say, these are by far the most wrestling rankings for a number of reasons that are out there, period. All the freshmen in. Lineup updates, weight class updates. I mean, I'm telling you right now, and there's some people ranked right now, and that might be, people might challenge us, even maybe the weight classes. But, Kevin, it's been 2 weeks, I think, since we've talked about some of these updates. So I have 125 up on the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk about maybe some of the changes that have happened and why here in the past couple weeks, and go down by weight class.
Absolutely, Zach. 125, we did see that we had Eli Griffin ranked, and it turns out that he's going up not only to 133 but to 141. So we did get him out of the rankings, and we put Cal Peterson from Iowa in the rankings. So that's where that differs. We did put Lilladal first. That was a while back, though. So that right there is up to date. We really have been paying close attention to all these schools and their lineups and trying to get you guys the most up-to-the-date rankings as far as where these guys are going, you know.
Yep.
So we've been working really hard on that. So 125
and it was
Terry.
Terry who mentioned Peterson being there. So, you know, we took our insider resource, plugged him in. Cale Peterson, Iowa in the 19th spot, folks. But there's your top 24. Anything else, Kevin? Then
that's it on 25. We can bounce to 33. Some weights are more complicated than others.
Yep.
33.
Here's 33.
We had Cleveland Belton, who was ranked at 141, is going down to 133 from Oklahoma. And so we got him in there. And let's see here. I think that's about it for differences on there. But let's see. Yeah, that's it. The only difference we had in there was him in there. And Chris Cannon we put in, but that was a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, that one's all up to par. Good to go.
All right, 133. By the way, Jason Bryant said, youngest podcast guest in the history of wrestling podcasts. That's why I said, we got to get the show. We got to get an abbreviated show tonight. But
that's awesome, man.
All right, 141 up, Kevin.
141. We had to remove Cleveland Belton from there, and we put Mr. Ryder Block from Iowa in, who I very much believe is a definitely worth ranking, definitely an NCAA qualifier.
Yep.
I think he's got, round of 12 potential, but we'll see. Could be even higher. Just depends. He's
a couple Iowa plugins there. Yeah, man. Yeah,
yep.
A couple
so,
Iowa
yeah,
updates.
I mean, that moves Iowa up a lot, having those two guys ranked where they didn't before in our rankings. So.
Yeah, and folks, the team rankings are not updated, but I'm going to have those updated tomorrow at the latest. So, but the individual are updated at our website, begwrestling.com, so if you want to go check them out. But, okay, let's move on to 149, Kevin.
Yeah, 149. We didn't originally have Ty Whalen from Princeton in there, and we're really high on him. He had an excellent Midlands last year. He actually took out Cannon Webster. He took out Parco. He took out one other guy. I can't remember, but he's definitely a stud. He redshirted last year. And then we took, let's see, we moved Cannon Webster to 9, put Arrington at 8. And I believe that's it from there. But as you see, McNeil's moved up to 49. A lot of people don't know Cannon Webster. He's really tough. He was a U20 finalist. He lost to PJ Duke.
Yep.
So we got him there. And let's see, anything else? Sammy Alvarez did transfer to Ryder. We got him bringing up the rear at 24. And that is about it. So this is a really deep weight class. For now, we have Ekamendia going 49. There is a possibility of him going 41, but very, very small. There's even been word about Swiderski possibly going 41, which I don't see that happening because word is he outgrew 49. So the rumor is someone offered Ekamendia money to go down to 41, and he said, no, I'm not doing it. But then Swiderski goes, I'll take the money to go down to 41. And I just don't see how he could do that. I had him projected going 57 this year. I think that they just should plug Frost in there, the other Frost, and hope for the best on that. But yeah, that's our 49.
Deep weight class for sure, Kevin. Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a fun one, including 157 will be a fun one. Yeah,
157. Swenson, we had to move out from South Dakota State. Looks like he's going to be taking a medical shirt. We had him ranked at number 12. In his place, we did put in there, not in his place exactly ranked, but we did add to the rankings Kobe Seabrick that was for Iowa, is now for South Dakota State. He is going to be wrestling in Swenson's place at 157 for the team. We also have Gallagher in there instead of Wilcox. And I believe that is it for 49 or 57. So, yes, a lot of people didn't know about Swenson, though, but he's definitely out. So that's a big, he was a borderline podium guy.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal.
No, absolutely. That is a big deal. All right, we got 165. Austin said we need to have Zach change a diaper live on the show. That would make the show. It almost happened, folks. That's why it was delayed. It would have been the start of the show, me changing that diaper, but
it was a doozy, huh?
Yeah.
65.
All right, we got 65.
Let's see. We got Casella. We had at 65 from Binghamton. He's moving up to 74, so we got him out of there. Besides that, that's pretty much it on 65. We do have Sasso in there, Bear Claw. We think he's going to do really well. We got him on the podium. Watch out for Nico Ruiz from Arizona State. He had a really tight match with Messenbrink at the beginning of the year last year. Really tough guy. And there might be a change with Nebraska. It might not be Bubba Wilson. It might be Chris Minto. They're going to wrestle off, supposedly. But besides that, this thing is definitely solid for who's going to be going where.
Fun weight class. Also, your Hajj leader favorite, I would say, there.
Yeah, we think
and Messenbrink, but
Messenbrink's the favorite. He could bonus everybody.
Yeah.
Very good possibility.
All right, we got 74 up, Kevin.
74, we took out Donnell Washington because he moved up to 84. Now, a big deal with 74 is Nebraska made some major changes to their lineup, which is going to make their lineup even better. They moved Pinto down from 84 to 74. They're moving Allred down from 97 to 84. And then they're putting in Campbell McDaniel, who's a U20 bronze medalist from last year, 2023. They're putting him in at 197. So that lineup is just from beginning to end, it is solid. We have every single one of their guys ranked. We did get confirmation that their football player there at 285 is not coming back. He's going to try and go in the NFL, but they still have a really good
Hutchmacher,
Hutchmacher or whatever.
Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, he's not coming back, but they still have a really good guy at that weight. So yeah, they got every guy ranked in our rankings. Nebraska.
That's impressive.
It's just, can they perform at NCAA's?
Yeah.
It's been kind of shaky. But Pinto, we put him in at 7 because we had him in 11 at 84. Um, Looking at that, I really
Expected to
think
get some
Dean
points.
Hamidi's going to have a great year, man. I'm really excited to see. I want to see Hamidi and Haynes,
Yeah.
but we will see Keegan and Haynes at the collegiate duels because Missouri is wrestling Penn State at the end of December in the collegiate duels. So
Okay.
hopefully we'll
Between
see that.
freestyle and folk style, that'll be. I mean, if they end up meeting in the finals, it'll be what, 3 times in a year,
Uh, let's see here. I think,
roughly.
well, yeah, if they meet in the finals, yeah, they'll be 3
Okay.
times. Yeah, this will
Size
be
them
second.
up.
I'm hoping
Let's
that they
size them
wrestle
up
each
here.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if Haynes wins that one, then that will end the talk of, well, it was freestyle, it doesn't matter, Wisconsin, But it'll
Yeah.
be a good match regardless.
Gabe Arnold sleeper there at 74, but we'll see.
Yeah, there's a lot of good guys. I mean, Matthew Singleton at 23, he's really good. He could slide up there. Lorenzo Norman from Stanford is a one bad dude. He redshirted last year.
Yeah, I remember
really
him.
Tough. And
Yeah.
Lennox Wolak transferred over to Virginia Tech from Columbia. He was in the NCAA semifinalist, and we got him ranked at 9th. So this weight definitely runs deep. Simon Ruiz, he was a gray shirt last year. He had 1 loss, and that was to Rocco Welsh in overtime. So he's very, very tough weight class. We'll see how it goes.
All right. Intriguing. 84.
84 is chaotic, to say the least. All right, from our original rankings, Aaron Izerov from Columbia, he's out. We had him ranked in the top 12. He's going to wrestle for Israel, their national team. He's an EIWA champion, very tough. He's gone. Also, we had Jackson Smith is moving up to 97 from Maryland. He was originally at 84. Enter Donnell Washington. Also, Trey Munoz from Oregon State was our number 4 guy. He moved up to 97. So it's really clearing out there. And then you got Silas Allred from Nebraska going down from 97 to 84. So this is completely different from the original rankings, but it's on point. Evan Bachman transferred from Utah Valley to Iowa State, and since Christian Carroll's at 97, he's going down to 84. He's never been at 84 before. He's been 97 his whole career, so that should be interesting.
Wow.
Edmund Ruth bumped up to 84 from 74. It's just crazy, man. Everybody's just shuffling around, and even Plott and Foca last year was their first year at 84 from 74. So, and then Sirachi obviously moving up. Crazy. I mean,
This is
weight class is
surprisingly
like
deep.
all new guys.
Yeah, and you know what? Looking at this, I mean, you got Fishback and Ruth outside of your podium. I mean, come on, this is deep. This not gonna be a cakewalk for Carter. He's gonna have to earn this 5th title here.
Yeah, I mean it's and in the podium. I mean, we didn't see Nelson Brands last year.
Yep.
The last time we saw him wrestle, he wrestled at NCAA's. He lost to Foca 7-2. Foca lost to Stewart in the round of 12 last year. Foca's put on a lot of weight since last year. I think that's going to help him. He looks a lot bigger than he did last year when he moved up. It's going to be a battle, man. Even like Rogatsky is a tough dude. I'm really looking forward to this weight too. This is going to be one of the best NCAA years, bar none.
Yeah, and Austin says Washington and Sirachi have history. I remember that. Yeah, Sirachi lost to Washington.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, they're always jabbering.
I always
back
forgot
and
about
forth.
that. And he's down there at 23. Yeah, it's deep. This is deep weight class. But all right, let's go 97.
97, we got, as I mentioned, Jackson Smith from Maryland moved up. And this weight class, I think it's still tough, but it's not as strong as the other ones, I don't think. I think it's wide open, I mean, regardless, Buchanan and Cardenas got 3rd and 4th last year at the weight. Hidley and Brooks graduated. They were the 1 and 2. So that's why they're moved up. But Ferrari, what kind of Ferrari are we going to get? How is Trey Munoz going to be at 97? Because he was a bad dude at 84. How's he going to look at 97? Salazar is always tough. Michael Beard is like the regular season champion, but then he takes a dive at NCAAs for some reason. We'll see if he can put it together.
We know that very well.
Yeah, and Josh Barr. Is Josh Barr going to be the dude?
You got Josh Barr 10, Zach Glazier at 12, and I'll tell you, Jackson Smith. What Jackson Smith just last year in freestyle qualified for the team trials, or I mean, he was good. I could see Jackson Smith making the podium here. You briefly mentioned him, the Maryland kid, but
Yeah, man, Jackson. I honestly think that, and I know a lot of people are really high on Stephen Little, but I don't know, man. I just wasn't like when I saw Cardenas just pound him twice. Not that Cardenas is bad, but I mean he pinned him. He just destroyed him at NCAA's, and then the Duomi did the same thing. I just don't know if he's at that. I think 6 is his ceiling, to be honest with you. But a lot of other people think that. I mean, some people have him winning it. I don't see it.
Not here, not this year. All right, heavyweight.
No.
Any big changes
big
here? Tiger
We
Dali into
got
the
Braxton
podium.
Amos. Braxton Amos enters. He's moved up from 197 for Wisconsin. We'll see how he looks. He was having a hard time making 97, man. He just was in that awkward weight, So we'll see how he looks. Christian Carroll. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was 197. I'm a little behind, delayed in the screen here. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna see Batista and Feldman, right?
Yes,
The
we
All-Star.
will at the NWCA. Yeah, at the All-Star Classic. Yeah, what an update that was. Which I'm more intrigued on that matchup than
Me
anything.
too, man. I really am. I'm very intrigued by that. And I know we've already seen Kirkfleet and Feldman a couple times. The last one was 1-0. I'm very intrigued by this matchup with Batista. So Isaac Trumbull, Olympic trials finalist against Snyder. He's coming off red shirt, but this is the weight where we got a lot of guys that are not full 285 guys. If you go look down this, you can say, younger Batista was a 197 2 years ago. Feldman looks like he's around 220. Isaac Trumbull, about 215. Ben Keeter looks like he's 225. Then you got, the big boys, Schultz and whatnot. But there's a lot of guys in this weight that are they would love it if there was a 220 weight class. So we'll see how they make out.
No, I agree.
You got
Dad
Wayne
called
on
in.
the line?
Dad, you muted yourself. So whenever you unmute yourself, but I'll say Tiger Dali, man. I saw him at Claw. Tiger Dali, I like.
Yes.
Could see him.
Yes. He is a
I'm
bear,
hoping.
man. I really hope he does well this year.
But
Is he still muted?
he's still muted. But he's got a grandson now.
Lucas Stoddard from Army. He's going to be on the U23 this year. The U23 World's coming up on Monday, so we'll see him in action.
All right, yeah, let's touch on some other updates here, Kevin. As you mentioned, NWCA Bastida Feldman. U23 starting October 21st. The only other thing I had here, really, Bo Bassett did not. Did Bo Bassett narrow his schools down this week, Kevin?
No, he missed it. I don't know. He had the Super 32s, pretty intense match there in the finals, so maybe he just decided to take a week off from cutting. But no excuses, man. You get that list out. Don't slow us down.
All right, there he is. There's Wayne. How
Okay,
you doing?
I only have a second here. First off, congratulations, Zach.
Thank you.
It's just been a wonderful week. I'm floating on the clouds over here. He's such a beautiful little boy, and I'm so glad Mom is healthy, and I couldn't be happier for you. So I had to call in. I hope my phone doesn't wig out. I got one more thing I need to say. I just cannot say enough about Kevin. What a job he is doing. We are just so blessed and fortunate to have him come join our team. I can't say enough. Me and Zach have contributed towards these rankings, but all the heavy lifting was done by Kevin. And mark my words, people, Kevin's eventually and very quickly going to be known as one of the most accurate rankers in the country.
Thanks.
Now, what we had me and Zach's gut, and what we added was Kevin's head.
brain.
And
We had two guts and
and I tell you,
I don't know, brain.
the studying, the work he put into it, I cannot say enough. And I'm going to be back soon, and I'm going to be I can't say enough about your website, Zach. Absolutely love your website. I'm going to be talking more about that coming up real soon. But wow, love the website. Love the rankings, all of it.
Yep.
It's something as a wrestling fan we've needed for a long time. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, buddy.
No, couldn't have said it better. Thank you, Kevin. And I also want to say, folks, you can find Kevin's rankings at begwrestling.com, and we're going to actually update these weekly and not eliminate the past rankings. So you're going to be able to go back and look at the preseason rankings and then compare them, because you said it, Dad, I would challenge anyone to go look at everyone's rankings, and if you really know wrestling, folks, I would stack our rankings ahead of everyone
I'm not overstating it when I sincerely believe that these will very quickly become one of the rankings that people are watching the most because of the accuracy involved. Now, that's a lot of heat we're putting on, and it's a tough job because you don't know what's good. You don't know what guys are going to do. You don't know what's going on in the background. You don't know. They might have broke up with their girlfriend, and all of a sudden their rankings just took a crap. But so we understand that. But daggone, I look over there, and I was trying to nitpick it. I wanted to, hey, yeah, Kevin, what are you doing here? And I swear I couldn't find anything to even nitpick. I mean, we made 1 or 2, 3 changes, and that was it. And I got to go. Thank you, Kevin. Congratulations, Zach.
All
and
right,
thank you, all you listeners. And I'll be back soon. Love you guys.
Wayne.
He's back.
Back.
I love you.
That's awesome. Like Zach, one thing I'll say, what I'm proud of, what we did is we didn't just look at like Flo's rankings or Intermat. We started from scratch. We sat down and
history of these wrestlers,
fired through. We didn't sit there and go, oh, okay, Flo's got them ranked here. Like, we didn't even look at Flo or Intermat or anybody. We just did our own based on it. Afterwards, we kind of looked to see how it compared, but we just did it from scratch based on things we heard. And they're not perfect, but we're proud of them. And
well, here's the other thing,
curious
Kevin.
to see how they end up.
Yeah, and they're going to be updated weekly, folks. And they were updated today. And let me tell you something. If they got updated today and this week, with everything that's happening right now, they're getting updated every single week. Updated weekly. Juan also comments, rankings are great. The best part of the website is showing what's coming up to watch and where to watch it. As a wrestling fan, I would like to know, where to watch wrestling. Wow, greatly appreciate that. In fact, that was our whole the culture, or the saying for the slogan of our website. Simple and easy. Like, as a wrestling fan, what do you want, dude? I just want one place I can go and know what to watch where, first and foremost, and then just rankings, dude, matchups, our head-to-head matchups. Now, they'll be updated by the end of this weekend, but you want to know any top 10 team, what they look like head-to-head in a dual meet. Boom, you click that button. You get head-to-head wrestlers. I even give my own betting lines, but or my own opinion.
They're
on
awesome, man. They're really good. I looked at them. I've looked at all the other websites, and I love all the media, wrestling media, and I looked, and we're the only ones that I see that has everything updated with these lineup changes that we just went over. Some of them have, part of them, the others have the part of them, but these are like up to the minute. And Zach is in a hospital and still was able to put the update through. So we are committed to keeping them updated and the lineups updated for you, because there's nothing more obnoxious than not knowing, or just looking at rankings being like, oh, this guy's not here, this guy's not here.
Just not being able to find what you want to find.
Yeah,
see what you
really.
Want, you know what I mean? Where to watch the next match, and
And there's really only like one spot out of 240 spots that we've a little bit of a gamble on, but nobody knows, and we'll see how it works. But
we will see how it works.
We'll be able to, like you said, we'll be able to see the history of it. So we'll see if we are good or not. We'll know.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Hey, we'll own up to it. If they're terrible, we'll own up to it. That's we're gonna start a where BEG was right and where BEG was wrong, every week.
Yeah.
I kind of review.
Yeah.
Hey, we totally whiffed on this one. Or
There's a couple guys out there that will really love telling us that we suck.
oh yeah, I know that for sure. We have plenty of. But yeah,
I
Kevin,
was,
anything else, man?
Yeah, I was
Go
looking
ahead.
through real quick. U23s are coming up, and I know people don't get as pumped about them as juniors, cadets, and seniors, but we got a pretty solid team going in there. And I was looking through. We got Max Gallagher, 57 kilograms, Penn guy. This is his international debut. He was an NCAA qualifier, but we got Nick Bouzakis at 61 kilograms. He's placed at U20s 3 times. He's a bronze medalist. Joshua Saunders, Cornell at 65 kilograms. He's been a 5-time U23 All-American. So this is his 5th time placing at U23s. He finally won it, got a chance to be on the team. And then we got John Wiley, Oklahoma, at 70, and then Messenbrink took over Hunter Garvin's spot at 74 kilograms. I mean, he's a U20 silver medalist and world champion, Messenbrink, and he actually got runner-up at the Olympic Trial Challenge tournament. So, and then Patrick Kennedy at 79 kilograms. Watch out for him, man. He destroyed Julian Ramirez in the final there in the 2 out of 3. Smoked him. He is a tough dude. Gunderson from Northern Iowa at 86. And then we got Cardenas at 92 kilograms. Broke my heart. Went to Michigan, but, Ivy League rules suck. He is a U23 silver and bronze medalist. So he gets a gold. He's got the trifecta, the bronze, silver, and gold. This is his 3rd U23 team. Then we got, I don't even want to pronounce his name because it's just going to be bad, but Masoma and Dene, is it? At 97 kilograms. And then Lucas Stoddard from Army. Yeah. We here at BEG are the ultimate pronouncers.
We're getting better.
Yeah. They weren't sure if they were bad enough, so they got me on their team to make sure that we were truly bad. So, check it out. It's in Albania. It goes from the Monday the 21st till Sunday. And then the day later, we start the senior non-Olympic weight world championships with our 4 guys. So,
dude, and then the regular season starting, and we're going to be posting links to every team's full schedule up on the site as well. And folks, it's here. Like, wrestling is here. That's why we had to have this show tonight. We got to keep up to date with stuff. So, no excuses.
And thank you,
That's
Zach,
what I told
for having
Joe.
the show.
First words out of the belly. By the way, folks, I want to say something real quick because it's been quite a couple of days. We did not know the gender of this kid. It came out, and I had to announce it to the room, okay? And, dude, I was in, I don't know if it was a shock moment or, a fight or flight or what. I'm normally very queasy. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to, witness this whole event. But I was like, I'm going for it, dude. I'm just going to go for it. Not an ounce of it. It was fight or flight mode. Then baby comes out. I'm like, that's a human being. And everyone looks at me, and I'm like, and they're like, what is it? And I look down, and I see a pair of balls. I said, it's a boy. Could not believe it, dude. Could not believe it. And then I cut the umbilical cord. Blood is just flying, squirting. The cord was just like this. I'm just kidding.
Dude, you're killing me.
I'm just kidding, but
that's awesome.
I'm tired, man.
That's dedication right there, man. And thank all of you for watching. And please let us know what you want added to the website. Zach is the man.
Yeah.
He gets everything put on there. Awesome.
Yeah,
and,
great point, man.
Really
if there's anything you guys want to see, let us know. Yeah.
Yeah, we're open. We are the show for you guys. So whatever you guys want, let us know.
Oh, wow. Real quick, folks, one last thing. Juan also said one last thing. I'm going to shut up. He's going to buy a couple BE shirts with the Kale quote, it's my responsibility. Now, I'm glad you said that because we're in the midst of putting out our fall winter line apparel, and I was up in the air whether they keep that one or not. I'm keeping that one on there now, but, folks, there is ugly Christmas sweater BEG shirts out, BEG Christmas stockings.
Nice.
And BEG ornaments out there now at the store, and there's going to be some more to come, more funny stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's all I got, Kevin.
Yep,
got
I'm
anything
good
else,
to go, man. Have
Folks.
fun with your little guy.
I get to go change some diapers. Bang. Let's go. Till next week, or maybe sooner. You might see us before next Friday, folks.
Never
But
know.
Kevin, thanks for everything, folks. Thanks for watching. This is BG
Thanks, Zach.
Wrestling. Like and subscribe. Thanks again.